How you doing today, folks? Now, if you pause the little unboxing piece to read that notice, you will know that this is a limited edition slip joint by Civivi. That's going to be around the $20 price tag. Very interesting piece. It comes in black and orange, drop point, and tanto. Now, as far as specs on these, we have an overall length of 7.74 inches, a blade length of 3.35 inches, a blade thickness of 0.10. The blade material is 8CR14 MOV. Again, drop point or tanto. Blade grind, flat finish, stonewash, edge type plain. Colors available are blue, black, green, gray, and orange. Also, here is a very nice note and a bit of descriptions about what this knife actually is from the manufacturer themselves. Definitely feel free to pause the video and read this. It's pretty interesting. Now, as you noticed in the video, you cannot spidey flick this massive opening hole. That, to me, hurt my heart. The thought of having a spidey flickable slip joint was kind of amazing to me, but not an option, unfortunately. However, the overall walk and talk on these is fantastic. You have about maybe a 4 pull on the upswing and then about a 2 to go up all the way. As far as the actual downswing, you have about a 3 going down, and then very nice little bit of tap, and it rockets in. Very, very good for a slip joint. Now, for comparison, we have the GC Pattern 43, which again has a very solid walk and talk. Now, the actual method of opening, which is this gigantic kind of like oblong sci-fi hole, is not the same as this finger hole, but the action is very, very similar. And if you're comparing a $20 knife to a GEC, that is a pretty damn good start. As far as the actual scales, we have this very nice G10. There's a little bit of grip to it, but it's not overly textured like a Spyderco, for example, has very aggressive G10 that I'm not a huge fan of. This is a little too slick, to be honest, which has a little bit more texture to it, but it's overall very solid. And if you want to, you can always texture it yourself. We also have a slip joint with a pocket clip, which is a beautiful thing. Now, for the 2 different blade grinds, we have, again, very solid pieces, very even finishing to it. And to be clear, this is made by We Knives, though it's sold through the Civivi moniker. So you know you're getting something pretty damn solid, and it very much shows. For, again, 20 bucks. As far as edge geometry goes, it does slice through very cleanly, very sharp. And again, very cleanly, very sharp. Now, allow me to take a moment to express my sincere joy that this company is using 8CR14 MOV. There has been an absolute hype train going on for D2, and to be clear, D2 steel is by no means bad. That being said, 8CR14 MOV, to be clear, for a budget steel, in my humble opinion, is overall better. It is an overall stronger steel. It has better grain structure to it, and it has a bit more strength as well. It's a bit easier to sharpen. Does not hold an edge quite as long, but again, much easier to sharpen and is much stronger overall. And I hard use my knives, so that strength is very, very important to me. Also, I recently reviewed review is a generous word. I gave a very basic first impressions of a knife from Best Tech. Now, I was told not to use that knife, and that upset me quite a bit because the companies want a review without being able to actually perform with the item, and I don't play that game. On the other hand, there is We and/or the Civivi brand. They gave us these knives, and they gave us these knives because they want us to genuinely use them. I could break the blade off this if I wanted to. I could beat the hell out of it. I can give it away. I could do whatever I want to with it. These 2 knives now belong to me. That is a fantastic thing because now I can put this through some actual testing, and when it comes time to do the review, I will have a very solid idea of what this piece is as a whole. And companies, that is how you should do it. You should make sure someone can really truly get a feel and a handle on your knife and not just a first impressions. So, We Knife Company, you get the golf clap, and your knives are now a W, which by the way is really hard to do with a slip joint. They do not want to play that type of game. I cut myself twice while doing this, so my blood, my sweat, and my love goes out to you folks. Now, as far as overall ergonomics for my size 2XL hands, they're about as good as you would expect for a small slip joint. Not ideal, but they definitely aren't the worst. Also, this knife has the option of a lanyard post, so I will totally make a nice tight lanyard that I can actually be able to rest my final finger on, and the ergonomics will be greatly improved overall. And to be clear, that same thing carries over to the Tonto version. Now, as far as the overall size of the knife, again, you get something that's very EDC friendly, not too big, not too small, fits into a nice sweet spot, which allows it to fit nicely into the standard staple of the EDC carry size weight ratio of all the classics. And at 3.1 ounces, it's an absolute dream to carry in pocket. So what we have is a fantastic walk and talk, a nice EDC-able clip, carry, and overall wonderful aesthetic. A very unobtrusive lanyard hole, so if you like a lanyard, you got one, and if you don't, it still adds to the overall style. A slip joint Tonto, which I'm sorry, is amazing, with a overall fantastic, very slicey, nice, even fit and finish blade, which all leads to my overall first impression score of a goddamn 10 out of 10. Holy crap, how is this $20? To be clear, folks, I'm not really a slip joint type of guy. I have a couple, I carry a couple every now and again, but it's not really my ideal. That being said, this one, from what I understand of slip joints, is among the absolute best. Again, the fit and finish, the walk and talk, everything is absolutely excellent and on par with some of the premium offerings out there, and even some of the customs. And I really can't stress enough how surprised I am by that. I am not a huge fan of the overall look of this knife, but as far as the performance, the walk and talk, and everything else about it, man, this thing is fantastic. With all that being said, again, first impression score for everybody, 10 out of 10. Me personally, 8 out of 10. But that is just because of the overall aesthetic pieces of the knife, which, to be clear, you might love. And if you love it, this knife has zero problem. With all that being said, folks, please remember this knife was provided to me directly from the manufacturer. As such, it might be the greatest fit finish one of all time, or it might not. That being said, I'm a very small channel, so I'm going to lean pretty heavily towards the might not category. And last but not least, I love you guys, so guess what? This manufacturer provided to me these knives free of charge. So when these knives drop, go ahead and put a comment below in the video of what color you want, and I'm gonna buy it for you. I'm only gonna pick 2 people out of the comment section. I was provided 2 knives. I'm gonna give you 2 knives away, and we're gonna go ahead and have some fun. So if these knives are interested to you, again, they come in blue, black, green, gray, and orange. So when they drop, let me know what you want. I will do the best I can to go ahead and grab the colorway and blade style you want. If they do sell out, I will go ahead and give you my own personal versions of them because I love you guys. And again, I am an unbiased reviewer, so this might be a gift, but guess what? It's a gift that I'm passing on to you folks. So as always, folks, I love you all. Have a great day, morning, noon, or night, whatever you are doing. Have a good one and take care, and bye.